Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and back to another video. So today we're taking a little bit of a break from the vlog content. As much as I have loved doing it lately and I'm going to continue doing it, I still want to keep up with my sit down chats and my more, I guess, specifically centered videos, if that makes sense. So today's video is going to be all about gut health. I guess nowadays gut health is basically like a buzzword. Everyone talks about it, everyone has their own opinions on it, everyone's had some kind of experience with it. I've had my own experiences with it for sure, and I feel like I've only now, not even mastered I guess, but found things and processes that really work for me and have taken pressure off my gut. And you know what they say, when your gut is healthy, you're healthy. Gut can affect your mind, it can affect your emotions, it can affect your whole body, it can affect your tiredness levels, your vitamin B, it can affect everything that you wouldn't even think it could. It can. So I didn't really know a lot about it before I started looking into it, and I guess I'm just going to go through a little bit of a story time first and just tell you guys my personal journey with gut health and all the rest. So I started having issues with my stomach in about 2016, I'd say. I had a very stressful job at the time and I would just get very bloated and it would get very inflamed and incredibly painful to the point where I felt like I was gonna throw up, and all I could do to get rid of it was literally just lie down and hope for the best. I went to doctors, I went to dietitians, I had my blood done, I did everything to try to figure out what was causing this in my stomach. I cut out certain foods, I tried to exercise a ton, I tried to stop exercising to see if that would help. I tried everything you can think of and nothing helped. And it wasn't until I got myself out of that stressful environment that I started to notice the changes in my body. The way in which your body can affect your mind and your mind can affect your body, it's crazy. You know, if you have a gut issue that's completely physical, it can affect your emotional, mental health. And if your emotional and mental health is taking a beating, that can affect your gut. So they really do go hand in hand. And after that journey, it took me a few years to kind of find things that got my stomach back together. Obviously not being in a stressful environment anymore really helped, but I think that along with looking after myself, treating my stomach right and finding what works for it has kind of led me to where I am today, to feeling very healthy, very happy and very content with where I am. So just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I am just speaking from my own personal experience, so take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt. Find what works for you, and just remember that not all marketing is something that you have to believe. A lot of people, a lot of places just want to push these products because they know that that's what everyone wants lately. Gut health is a huge, as I said earlier, buzzword. So just be cautious, do your research, speak to your doctor, and before you cut out anything or add anything to your diet, just see what works. So without further ado, after this very long intro, let's get into the video. So I have always been a bit skeptical of sauerkraut, mainly because I wasn't sure how it was going to taste, but also because sometimes too much of a probiotic or a digestible enzyme can actually have the opposite effect that you want it to in your gut. It can just make it irritated, it can make it inflamed, and so it all just really depends on you. Once I got over the taste hurdle and I realized I really enjoyed it, I started to notice a huge change in my stomach after I would eat. So I eat a lot of fibrous foods. I eat a lot of chickpeas, a lot of sweet potato, a lot of fruit, a lot of leafy greens and vegetables, and that's not always the best thing when you've had gut issues in the past. So having something like sauerkraut actually mellows that down and stops me bloating. You'll hear throughout this video I'm saying me, I'm not saying you or us, because this is completely personal to me, and I'm going to keep reiterating that because it's very important for me that you guys get that, because I don't want you to go away from this and like write everything down and go do everything and then find your worse afterwards, or find nothing's helped, or maybe it does help, amazing, but just take it with a pinch of salt and take this as a friend telling another friend their experience, you know? So anyway, back to the sauerkraut thing. So I found that since I've started putting it on my salads and my butter bowls, I've really seen a difference in my stomach after I eat. I feel like I'm a lot more regular in the evening, afternoons, times that I wouldn't usually be more regular. So sauerkraut, 100% recommend. Even if you just love fermented foods, like I love pickled anything. So, well, barring like pickled fish and stuff that I just can't get my head around that yet, or pickled eggs or onions. Okay, maybe I don't love pickled everything, but pickled cabbage, aka sauerkraut. Then kind of pulling off from that, I'd say that another thing that really helped me was just eating better, eating healthier, but also eating more. I find that if I have a lot of refined carbs like pizzas and burgers and like dough, you know, that really makes me feel quite uncomfortable. Not necessarily even the day of, but the day after I just feel sore and I don't feel good. So naturally I thought that maybe I had a gluten intolerance. This was back in 2016 when I was trying to pinpoint the root of all evil and see why I kept feeling the way I was feeling. And I wasn't gluten intolerant. I cut it out, it made no difference. So to this day, I haven't cut out gluten. It makes absolutely no difference to me. I'd eat something that would hurt my stomach regardless of whether it had gluten or not, or I'd eat something with gluten and I'd feel absolutely fine. Just depended on my mood, I think, my mental state, and this perspective I was in. So for me, when I'm uncomfortable, I feel a little bit detached from myself. So that also comes with eating foods that make me feel very lethargic, like a lot of heavy stuff throughout the day. I have fruit, yogurt, granola, toast, oats, all that good stuff in the morning to kickstart my day. And then at lunchtime, I either get a sandwich, or I make a butter bowl, or I have a wrap, or I have something along those lines, something that is filling but is not gonna upset my stomach and also isn't gonna make me feel very tired and very lethargic. What I really love eating lately is leafy greens, as I mentioned earlier, chickpeas, sweet potatoes, and kind of incorporating those things, which takes me to the next step of healthy fats. So fat is not something to be fearful of. Fat actually really helps your gut, which is what a lot of people don't know. Eating healthy fats is not something that's bad. It also really helps you feel fuller for longer, which is amazing. So I tend to save my pastas and burritos and all those fun things for dinner. I know it's better to eat a smaller dinner, but I just listen to my body and I prefer that stuff at dinner because I'm going to sleep afterwards anyway. It doesn't matter if I feel lethargic. In the middle of the day, I want something that's going to energize me and still keep me full for long. So I love to add avo to my salads. I love to add healthy fats such as salmon. I love halloumi. I don't even know if that's a healthy fat, but it's a fat that I am so on board with. I basically put halloumi in my lunch every single day. And I found, much like sauerkraut, adding those kind of things to your meals when they're so healthy and fibrous really balances out the effect of how much fiber can be a negative in a sense on your gut. And on that note, also eating foods that are a winning combination of both healthy fats and probiotics. Probiotics are #1 on your gut health list, and they should be, no matter what form you get it in, whether it's natural, whether it's medicinal, anything you can think of. So I have quite a lot of probiotics, and I find that that was the biggest thing for me that helped my gut health journey really kick off and start on a very good path. So the probiotics that I take these Probiflora Adult. So I take one of these and I feel like I need a little bit of an extra boost. I don't take them every day. Little capsules like this. You just take 1 or 2 when you feel like you need a bit of extra help, and always helps a lot. Also really helps when you've just got a very sore, uncomfortable stomach, just to kind of remedy and calm it down a bit. If I am not taking those, or I have had a weekend of overindulgence, say with drinking or eating a lot of food that I don't usually eat, then I will take these at night. You only need to take these once a week whenever you feel like you need them, because you take quite a few. So you take 5 capsules. These say take morning and night. I just take the night before my week starts, or the night after I have had a big night or a big weekend or whatever the case may be, and I wake up and my stomach feels a million times better. Even in the morning, if you feel fine when you go to bed, but you wake up in the morning and you feel like you just need a bit of extra help, these Ami Pro Colon Ecology tablets are amazing. Then on that front, I've recently tried these. This is raw probiotics, specifically for gut health. So if your body doesn't do too well with capsules and taking pills, or you just prefer to drink a probiotic as opposed to having medicine in the morning like this or at night, then this is also a great option. So you just take this before breakfast, you just do it once a day, not twice. Put a little bit in this top capsule and take it like a shot. I am not going to lie to you, it is horrible. It tastes like kombucha without the sweetness and the fizz. Like a flat sour kombucha, that's what it tastes like. But it really does the job. Like, this just kicks immediately. So if you kind of start something off and you want to create a habit out of it every day, this is a good option because it doesn't take a lot of time. It's not a lot to kind of digest. It's just one shot and you're good to go. My personal favorite, and I don't have the packaging with me because I've thrown it away because I finished it today, it is the Beauty Greens Collagen Probiotics. So basically in one powder, one superfood powder, they have over 1 million probiotics. They've got every superfood you can think of. They've got collagen powder in there, so you're basically getting this massive dose of everything you need first thing in the morning, and it tastes got a blueberry flavor and a coconut flavor. So the coconut flavor is green powder, so it almost looks like a green juice, and then the blueberry one is a pink powder, which is what you've seen I've used. So I alternate between the two. My favorite is actually the green one, the coconut one. I just prefer the taste, but neither of them taste bad. And you just put 2 heaped spoonfuls of that in a glass of water, stir it up, drink it. I can really say out of everything I've kind of chosen to do, that I've seen the most improvement with. My nails grow so much longer, my skin's so much better, my hair grows so quickly, so it's just got a ton of other benefits aside from just being good for your gut. Then if we're talking probiotics you can eat, my favorite thing to do in the morning is a Greek yogurt bowl. So I just get plain Greek yogurt. I know a lot of people are vegan and they prefer to have coconut yogurt. I'm not sure about the fermentation process of that or if it's similar to Greek yogurt, but I know that Greek yogurt is filled with a ton of probiotics. If dairy doesn't do very well for you, then maybe just test it out first. Don't stick to it religiously, or don't go in with a big bowl, just try a bit. I find Greek yogurt is another thing that really helps me. If you put some fruit on top, some granola for extra fiber, perfect, and it'll also keep you full for longer, and it also has a ton of protein, so you're getting everything you need for a balanced breakfast. And probably one of the most important things is exercise. If you get your body moving, it will naturally just help you feel better for your mental state, sweating out all those toxins that live in your gut, getting that blood pumping through your body as opposed to just sitting stagnant when you do have gut problems is so good. In the same breath, over exercising can also mess up your stomach. During that 2016 time, I was exercising ridiculously, like twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, for like 2 hours every time. It was not healthy, it was not productive, but I was just trying everything I could to kind of figure out what would help my gut, and I actually ended up doing the opposite. I was so drained, I was so exhausted. You put so much stress on your body and your stomach, especially because your core is at the root of all the strength you emit, that your gut literally just goes into complete spasm and freaks out. Then, obviously another top tip, always drink water. Drink as much water as you can in a day without feeling like you're going to drown. I got this one for my birthday and I keep it with me at all times. It's only 600 mils, but I try drink, I can't even keep count. I drink so much water that I feel like I'm constantly weeing, and I'm so sorry for the overshare, but it's just the truth. Another thing I love to do, and I feel like it really works and really helps, but I've also given this advice to people and it makes them feel worse, so red flag warning on this one, is to have hot lemon and tea. So I know a lot of people love to have hot lemon water first thing in the morning. I get why it could be beneficial for you, but for me, I'm just a coffee girl. I'm never gonna give that up. I will down one of these before I have my coffee though, just so I hydrate my body before I go ahead and dehydrate it with caffeine. But I will never give up coffee, so it's not even an option for me. But what I do love to do is have a green tea in the afternoon, because it obviously has caffeine in it and it just gives you a nice little boost. And then in the evening, I will cut up a lemon slice, quite a generous slice, and squeeze that into a cup of tea. I love the hookah cleanse tea. It's got nettle, it's got peppermint and fennel, and it just, all those things are anti-inflammatories. So having those after a long day of eating whatever, even if I have some wine with dinner or I go out with the girls and I drink a bit, I always try to have that when I get back. And it tastes really nice too, and it's super calming. Have chamomile, have whatever works for you. I'm a huge herbal tea pro, so if you want any advice on my favorite ones or anything like that, just comment down below. I'm happy to fill you in on my secrets. And then I think the most important thing to remember, and this isn't necessarily like a tip, I guess it's just a discussion again, a chat with you guys. The hardest thing I had to learn is that nothing changes overnight. So not cutting anything out of your diet, not being too hard on yourself, and just giving yourself a break when you need to. You'd be surprised at how much a glass of wine and a piece of chocolate after a good bath can help your gut feel so much better. So yeah guys, that's it for me. As I mentioned, please take everything I've said with a pinch of salt. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, I have not consulted anyone about this video. It's just me talking to you guys as a friend about my experience and what I found really helps me. Anything is attainable and you'll find what works best for you. So just follow your gut. I had to say that once, come on. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.